Shall we play a game?
In 1983, the world was introduced for the first time to Hollywood's perception of hacking. In this historic work of fiction, a young and gifted teenager uses his computer, connected to a phone line via modem, to break into various private computer systems, including his own school's grading system. His efforts are mostly harmless until he unwittingly finds a back door, which is a relatively unprotected way of accessing an otherwise normally secure system. Without realizing it, he interacts with a computer system designed to play games. However, the situation turns potentially world-devastating when the games turn out to be military computer simulations for which the system he hacked into was programmed to simulate real warfare, including global thermonuclear war. While exaggerated by its fictitious depiction, the term hacking dates back as far as the early 1960s. According to a popular definition, hacking is the act of compromising digital devices and networks by gaining unauthorized access to an account or computer system. A key part of understanding hacking is understanding the intent behind it, which usually involves the hacker seeking access to digital infrastructure, application data, and stealing sensitive customer information that could damage companies if leaked online. When hacking is used to solicit money, it's referred to as ransomware. Fortinet.com. What was once a somewhat innocent if not minorly disruptive activity has grown over the decades into costly and sometimes dangerous malignant activities. According to IBM, the global average cost of a data breach in 2023 was $4.45 million, a 15% increase over 3 years.
Let the hacking begin.
In the eyes of the media, hacking has become a glorified fun pastime, spawning movies, comic books, novels, and even a long-standing convention that annually descends on Las Vegas called DEF CON. The writer of this episode, Jeff Johnson, had the distinct honor of attending the very first DEF CON in 1993. Back in those days, it was far more entertaining to place your dial-up modem on war dial and drift off to sleep listening to the sounds of constant dial tones, ringing, and the warbling squelch of a connection which meant another tempting target. But if today's modern and sophisticated information technology systems that help us exist and thrive globally could be likened to medieval castles, then the tirelessly working defenses of firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and constant alerting are the moats that protect these precious assets. Modern hacking has evolved into more than just big business. It has become a weapon. Nation-states have used hacking and viruses to stop production of nuclear materials, disrupting the electric grid of their enemies, and even disrupting vital communications. So, who is watching the watchtower? In part, some of the most secure systems in the world are protected by diligent men and women who defend them. But there is another aspect of that defense in depth. A little-known, seldom discussed offshoot of the nefarious world of breaking and entering digitally, and that is the gray area that belongs to the ethical hacker. According to Fortinet, ethical hacking refers to the actions carried out by white-hat security hackers. It involves gaining access to computer systems and networks to test for potential vulnerabilities, and then fixing any identified weaknesses. Using these technical skills for ethical hacking purposes is legal, provided the individual has written permission from the system or network owner, protects the organization's privacy, and reports all weaknesses they find to the organization and its vendors. A white hat hacker is an individual who has chosen, either from past experience, training, or both, to use their given talents for good rather than evil. These men and women are often hired by organizations to test the moats around the castles, probing their defenses, employing various methods of attack and disruption, such as flooding an IT systems network with millions of attempts to communicate, or trying to gain access to vital systems by pretending to be an inside employee. Regardless of whether the system they are attacking is a newly established system or a tried and true battery of defenses undergoing upgrades, these cleverly fiendish hackers seek to better the moats around those castles night and day. Companies like CompTIA and universities like Vanderbilt have recognized this critical need in our modern technology-hungry society. So much that certifications, degrees, and even postgraduate options have been enticing the next generation of tech-savvy individuals who wish to crack their digital knuckles and knock on your bank's back doors. So the next time you insert your ATM card into that slot to pull out cash or flip on the light switch to enjoy a ball game with the neighbors, or even catch that overnight flight to Paris, thank the generations of cunning, innovative, and, with a little grace and luck, magnanimous hackers who have chosen to help protect those castles of technology. Imagine them sitting at their terminals in the dark, using every tool and trick in the book to try to get to that elusive and favored login prompt. Access granted.
Shall we play a game?
And that is ethical hacking.